Come on, I'm live. I'm live. This is sad. YouTube Studio. Create. YouTube Studio. Test, test, test. Alright, I'm live. Hey, everybody. Jesus Christ. Today, we're reacting to an Eric Dubay video. It's a flat earth video. Eric Dubay is stupid. I haven't even selected one. We're just gonna pick an Eric Dubay video that looks funny. And we're gonna react to it. No, he made a rap song? There's no way. I searched up Eric Dubay in Google and the first result was a SoundCloud. Actually, I want to listen to this real quick. Eric Dubay on SoundCloud. 200 proofs rap. Oh no, you cannot be serious.
Proofs, hey, got CGI, we got 200 proofs. You got SLIs, we got 200 proofs. You got lights in the sky, we got 200 proofs. We got 200 proofs, over 200 proofs. Hey,
the Earth's flatter than a matter of fact.
I'm not trying to be rude, but that sounds like shit. He literally has conspiracy in his YouTube bio. That's kind of funny. Every thumbnails. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick one. Let's pick a funny one. I need your help. What is the horizon? I wanna find something that has a lot of points in it. Just make things easier for us, or not easier, just so we can cover more things. This one's pretty short.
Now let's explore.
All right, so if you don't know, Eric Dubay is a kind of stupid flat earther, but he's also a grifter, if I remember correctly. I don't know much about it. I have this drawing thing installed, so we can draw a bit. We can do stuff. So let's go explain why this guy's an idiot.
Now let's explore key elements that challenge the contemporary claim of a spinning globe by presenting real-world examples that clearly demonstrate a flat and stationary Earth, rather than one with a 25,000-mile circumference spinning on an axis. Let's recognize.
How else do you spin? Do you name one thing that doesn't spin on axis, dumbass?
Is the universally accepted method for calculating the line of
What do you say, sir?
an axis. Let's recognize the universally accepted method for calculating the line of sight distance to an object before it disappears over the horizon.
If he says 8 inches per mile squared, I would lose my shit.
Due to the Earth's alleged curvature, based on one of Pythagoras' theorems.
He's gonna say it.
The upcoming real-world Earth curvature calculations we will be performing can be calculated using the online tool here. Applying our Earth curvature formula to the following example.
Alright, let's take a look at this. Earth curve calculator. What's that? .com. Earth curve calculator. Whatever. I don't know. It's not inches. It's not 8 inches per mile squared. So
Using the online tool here. Applying our Earth curvature formula to the following examples, we will check whether the outcomes we anticipate.
Imaginary ball Earth, the trigs.
Align with observations one would expect if the Earth is
Using AutoCAD with 15-digit precision. This guy must seem
indeed
so
a
smart.
globe of the reported dimensions. This formula is officially used and endorsed by NASA and the scientific community.
Alright.
No prior knowledge of algebra or spherical trigonometry is required using the online tool.
Okay.
Real-world test number 1. From the vantage point of Apple Pie Hill in the New Jersey Pine Barrens, 40 miles distant, the Philadelphia skyline.
Is he just gonna be doing this? Yes, he is. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna pick a different video and explain why. I want something that I can explain more intuitively. Going through and looking up a bunch of numbers does not sound that entertaining for anyone. This isn't me conceding. It's just, it doesn't sound something It doesn't sound entertaining. Okay, all of these are AI. Dude, the tree meaning up and down. This one sounds fun. Gravity.
Similar to how heliocentric pseudoscientists
That's not even a hemisphere, dude. That's like a hemi-oval.
have changed the very definition of the word level to mean curved, they have
No.
also done
No, let's search what level means. Let's search up the actual definition of level. Level meaning. A horizontal plane or line with respect to the distance above or below a given point. Yes. Yep.
the same thing
It's perpendicular to the acceleration of gravity.
with the words up and down. Everyone in
So let's talk about what up has always meant. Up has always meant away from the acceleration of gravity. Down has always meant towards the acceleration of gravity. Level has always meant perpendicular to the acceleration of gravity. This is basic, dude.
intuitively knows and can readily demonstrate which way is up and which is down,
That's
just by
correct.
pointing one finger to the sky and one to the ground.
That's
But
correct.
globe defenders take umbrage with this simple meaning and
What?
insist otherwise.
No, we don't. You have a
They claim the sky is not always up. On their model, the sky is all around their globe.
yes. So it's always up. If you have a shit. You have a sphere. This way is up. This way is up. Everywhere away from the core is up. The sky is always away from the core like this. Therefore, the sky is always up. I'm afraid this is basic, dude. Like, no offense, but you're kind of a dumbass.
So there's always sky beside you, and sky below you as well. Similarly,
Sky below you. I believe that's. I mean, in a sense, because if you're right here, or if you are right here, this is you and someone else, and sky is over here. Sky is above you, but it is also below you on the other side of the earth. I guess in a sense, but below you means down, and that stops really making sense when you reach the core, because then the definition of down inverts. But I guess in a sense, kind of, there can be sky below you.
on their model, the stars aren't all above us. Instead, stars are all around us,
Same difference.
with just as many stars beside or below us as there are above. Merriam-Webster defines up as being toward a higher position or place.
Yep, if we go ahead and take a look, once again, if we draw the earth, so I'm doing this with my mouse, I'm sorry. This way is up. This way is up. This way is up. This way is up. This way is down. This way is down. This way is down. Of course, Eric already knows this. He's just a grifting fraud. So.
But then further specifies, especially away from the center of the earth. Likewise, down is defined as toward or in a lower physical position, i.e., especially toward the
A lower physical position means closer to the start of the earth.
center of the earth.
Yes.
These caveats
Or whatever astronomical body, or whatever the gravitational body you're referring to. Because up and down exist on the moon, they exist on every single celestial body, towards or away from the center of the gravitational body.
about being toward or away from the center of the earth are necessary
The ultimate defense. Kind of silly, right? There we go. It's the earth is flat. We've confirmed the earth is flat because he said kind of silly. All the evidence, but no.
for
Really exactly what my dad is.
life on a globe. The masses have been taught and now believe that up and down are simply subjective terms. So what is up
Yeah, everything to an extent is subjective. If we're talking about in terms of like space and space, if you're talking about space and time, if you're talking about like physical concepts, there is no such thing as an objective anything. Relativity tells us everything is subjective. So if we go ahead and take his example, he's saying, let me go somewhere with a black background to make this easier. So if you have a planet, right? And let's say we take, let's just say, because everything is relative, we have to define some things with our coordinate plane. Let's take a circle. Let's do this in 2D. If we go ahead and set our coordinate plane like this, where we say this direction, we'll set that as the y coordinate, and this one as the x coordinate, then in our model we have an up now. We are just arbitrarily saying this direction is up. Let's say this way is up. Then, yeah, someone over here would be upside down relative to our coordinate plane. But our coordinate plane isn't objective. Remember, there is no such thing as objective. We just as easily could have said, hey, let's say this way is up. This is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. Then this person would be standing normally. If changing your coordinate plane changes the physics of how everything works, then something's wrong, because that's not how that works. Basically, and it's the same issue with inertia. If you have something moving forward and then you changing your coordinate plane, it like if we say our coordinate plane is right here moving with the object. Let's say it's right here. This is our coordinate plane. This is x, this is y. Okay, yeah, it's still in its coordinate plane because it's moving with it. But just by changing our coordinate plane, like to here, now it's moving away from us in the coordinate plane. Does that mean it's accelerating? Does that mean we should feel the difference if we're on it? No, we're just changing our frame of perspective. And that doesn't change anything. So, from your perspective, right here, sure, someone could be upside down relative to you. But just as much, you're upside down relative to them. Everything's relative to everything. And the only thing that matters is which way gravity pulls us, which is towards the center. Which means if I'm on this side of the Earth, it's just the same. Eric already knows this.
For one person can be down for another.
Yes.
What is up for someone at the North Pole is down for someone else at the South Pole.
Correct.
And what is down for a third party at the equator isn't up or down, but perpendicular sideways for the
perpendicular side, yes.
People at the poles.
Okay.
This is why Australia has long been dubbed the land down under.
It's a joke. It's referring to the fact that whenever we formed our map of Earth, we had 2 poles, right? Then we had the equator. Which way is up? Nothing. None of them are up. It just so happens that in the majority of our culture, we arbitrarily decided, hey, north is up, because if I had to guess, it's because most of the continents are on the north. The south is not down under. It's just a saying. We say north is up because we didn't say south was up. We say north is on top because we didn't say south is on top. There's no such thing as on top, up or down. We're just saying it because we didn't say the other thing. It was one or the other, and we just decided north. Yeah.
Because the masses are taught and now believe that places like Australia on the southern hemisphere of their globe Earth are physically upside down with respect to places like Europe in the northern hemisphere.
So?
That sentence will trigger knee-jerk rejection, however, because they have also been taught and now believe that since everything is subjective, that upside down doesn't exist.
That's not true. That's not what that means. So if we define which way is up, let's say we define, oh, I can change the color of it? Oh, hell yeah! Let's make it white. Yes. If we say this way is up in our model, and we have an object, and we state that its up is this way. We say its up surface is pointing up this way. Then it's upside up. If we just say its up is this way, then it's upside down. We're not saying that the up, we're saying that the side that we consider up on the object is counter that of what is up in our coordinate frame. Whenever we're traditionally saying this about the Earth, we mean about our current location. The Earth is so big we can afford to do this. We can say, hey, we can pretty much just say this way's up because the difference is negligible at small changes. And if we have this pointing down, yeah, upside down. So upside down does exist.
On the globe, everything and everyone is always right side up, and they won't hear otherwise.
He's just saying things. Like, he's saying, oh yeah, everyone is upside down and stuff. Okay? It's not our fault you don't understand science, dude. Can you give us some, like, tell us how we're wrong?
Even when you make it clear that you are speaking in relative terms of two separate perspectives with relation to each other, they rarely relent.
No, that's just not true. If you were to tell most people, hey, I'm here. Not draw. And there's another guy right here. If you could describe our relationship to each other, what would you say? A lot of people would say upside down. Yes. Upside down relative to each other. This guy's up is this way. This guy's up is this way. Their ups are inverted for each other. This isn't... Nobody's saying otherwise. You're just... This is like when he says, everyone says trust the science. Nobody says that. He just... It's a straw man, I think. Yes.
The fact remains, though, if you believe someone at the North Pole of a globe Earth is standing right side up, and another person at the South Pole of a globe Earth is also standing right side up, that means that relative to each other, one of them is standing upside.
Yes! Nobody thinks otherwise, Eric. You're talking to nobody. You're actually speaking to no one. Everyone agrees with you here.
Down. That means that relative to the Northern Hemisphere, it rains upside down in the South.
Okay.
Relative to the Southern Hemisphere, planes fly upside down in the North.
And?
This is so conceptually absurd that...
It's absurd because I said so.
Globe believers refuse to address the contradictions.
Nobody is refusing to address this is how it works. What contradictions?
And instead attempt to gloss them over with their mantra of upside down doesn't exist on a globe. In reality, however, everything on their tilting, wobbling, spinning spaceball Earth is upside down. And the only place everything could ever...
I still don't understand what the problem is, Eric. This is towards the center. Everywhere's towards the center. So, if you have a guy right here and a guy right here, they're upside down relative to each other. Okay, and can you actually tell us why it's wrong instead of just saying, man, that's absurd? Can you tell us that you said there's contradictions? Waiting to hear them, dude. Come on.
Ever be right side up is on a level, stationary plane Earth, where the sky and stars are always over your head, and the ground is always under
So
your
just
feet.
to clarify, right? He's saying that he's saying you guys say this, which we don't. He's saying you guys say this and I disagree with it. We don't say it. Like he's making up a point that we've never said and he's running with it.
Imagine a man digging a hole straight down from the North Pole on a globe Earth. Imagine this man is immortal, immune to heat, and can dig indefinitely through anything. As the man continues to dig downwards for hundreds and then a few thousand miles, eventually he reaches the geometric center point of the globe. Now at this point, if the man continues to dig even a foot farther in the same direction of his same hole, globe apologists claim this man will now be digging upwards.
Have any of you played a game called Astroneer? In Astroneer, you have small planets and you can actually dig to the center of them. We have to understand something that he does not. Gravity isn't just towards the center of the Earth because we say so. Gravity is towards the center of the Earth because at any given point on the Earth, the most mass is at the center point. You're getting most of your attraction towards down the line of the center point because that's where the most of the mass is relative to you. If we have the Earth right here and you are right here, or let's do right here. Now you have a significant amount of mass above you as well as below you, so you're getting pulled in both directions. These forces cancel out. Of course, at this point, the bottom force is still going to be greater because there's more stuff below you. However, when you are at, if we imagine it's possible for you to go to the exact center of the Earth, then you have as much matter on all sides of you. So what's happening is you're getting pulled in all directions equally. This creates a net force of nothing. So for all intents and purposes, at the center of the Earth, your weight is 0. You're weightless because you're being pulled in all directions equally. Now, as you continue to dig, the force towards the core grows more and more. The farther away you get, the more acceleration you get towards the core. The higher you go, the more force towards the core. And eventually you get to a point where the force is high enough that it pulls you down. I don't understand. Like, this is middle school level.
Then, if he continues to dig the same direction of his same hole for 3,958 more miles, they claim he will pop out feet first at the South Pole. If there was already another man standing at the South Pole when he popped out, this means the two men would be upside down relative to one another.
Again, if you have a man going through the Earth, right here, most of his acceleration is towards the center. Right here, he has still some upward acceleration. He would be like low gravity. Exactly in the center, his gravity would be, his gravitational force would net 0 because he's being pulled in all directions equally, more or less. As he goes down, his gravitational attraction increases this way until he reaches the surface, when it is at the same amount it would have been over here. This is pretty basic knowledge, dude. This isn't complicated.
From their own perspectives, they would both always feel right side up. But when the man digging the hole somehow came out feet first at the South Pole, it would be revealed that they are and were always upside down with respect to one another. The only place up and down can have any objective meaning is on the geocentric flat Earth model.
Maybe that's true. I can name exactly 0 scientists, though, that claim up and down are objective. In fact, up and down inherently are subjective.
Our Earth plane of dense matter is aptly likened to the basement of the universe.
Nobody's deeper than 8 miles. So the way we know the composition of the Earth is through inference. Basically, we know how things work, so we can make educated assumptions. And additionally, seismology. So in other words, earthquakes are their seismological events. They emit waves that travel through different materials differently and do different things. And using a seismograph to measure the seismic waves, we can actually determine the makeup of the Earth.
Where the thick foundation becomes increasingly dense downwards for at least 8 miles, which is the farthest we have ever drilled. Above us, the sky is filled with an opposing density gradient of progressively lighter and lighter gases continuing upwards for 20 plus miles, which is the farthest balloons can reach before popping.
Okay.
On our Earth plane, down is the direction of density, and up is the direction of lightness.
Why are things lighter up? Why don't things go up? The air above is lighter. The air below is heavier. So why don't things go up?
The ground will always be down, whereas the sky and luminaries will always be up, circling over and around us. Unlike,
once again, the atmosphere is lighter the higher you go. So why don't things go up?
in the globe model, where the sky and luminaries are allegedly all around us. In reality, though, you have never and will never see sky or luminaries below you. Rain always...
You're never gonna see sky below you because you can't see through the fucking planet, dumbass. Dude, are you actually just... You might be the dumbest person. Okay. He thinks we can see through the Earth.
falls down from the same direction above, and people standing in Antarctica are not upside down.
His entire defense is, it's crazy because I said so.
Down relative to those at the...
Is that it? His entire argument is it's bad, it's wrong because I'm stupid. That's it. It's just ignorance. Well, that was us reacting to Eric's shit bay.